state of Colorado, and especially the western slope, is short anywhere from 25,000 to 50,000 new residential units. People would love to live on the western slope of Colorado as long as they have a nice place to live and a safe place to raise their families. Our Mosaic Housing group has created a fully automated modular home mega factory. This facility will create boxes of pre-made, high-quality housing that can be stacked up into multi-story, multi-family apartment buildings. This is how we're going to solve the attainable housing crisis. People ask me, what is modular housing? You know, modular housing is exactly the same as other housing. We use wood frame construction. We use slab in the kitchen. We use stainless appliances. We use beautiful flooring. It's very efficient heating, air conditioning systems, all in a contemporary finish, just like this building. Another advantage to using modular versus stick construction in the regular construction industry is that these modulars were made in factories all across the country, one in North Carolina, one in Pennsylvania. At the same time those modules were being built in the factories, the developer was here in Eagle County doing the slope work, pouring the foundation, going through county government to make sure we could put these up in roughly 50% of the time as a normal apartment building. When you live in a harsh weather climate like Colorado, having indoor construction increases the quality of the product that's made because it's made in a clean, cool, dry, efficient environment. And for those reasons, once we wrap them in plastic and once we ship them out to Colorado, it's amazing. One thing that you have to keep in mind is that it's not inexpensive to ship something across the country. The reason we need to build a modular home factory right here in Colorado is every time you move a box across the country, you need to have lead cars, follow cars, sirens. Those cost money. It actually costs $8 per loaded mile to move each box around the country. So if we build it right here, we're going to save $3 million on a project that's similar to this, but building it here in Colorado. So at the end of the day, we will be the market provider for the entire western slope of Colorado and western Utah. The modular home industry is not new. It's been the primary use of construction in Europe and in Scandinavia for the last 40 years. The Mosaic Housing modular home mega factory will be the most efficient and largest one in the United States. We will produce 10 modules per day, which will be 300 per month. We could build an apartment building every single month. The Mosaic Housing factory in Grand Junction, Colorado will be America's first fully automated factory facility. This will operate at 3 times the speed of any other factory in the United States with only half the labor force. The best way to develop an apartment building or an attainable housing community here in Colorado is to get your plan together, and then you order these modules from our factory and we'll give you a time slot. So say, for example, 6 months you want to be building this apartment right here on site. Well, you as the developer are going to be on site, you're going to grade, you're going to build your parking, you're going to put your water and sewer in. And then once the site is ready, we will have been building the apartment modules inside our factory in Grand Junction, Colorado. Then, by the time you're done on site, we can bring the cranes over and we can stack an apartment building as big as this up in about 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from a foundation to apartments. Now we still have to do what they call stitching them together because we want to make sure it's a seamless design so it's very appealing, also very efficient. We want to make sure we plug and play all the sewage together. The power is all efficient. However, we do not need to do inspections on site. All of the inspections are done at the factory level. So once they come here, the design is plug and play. It's ready to go. So that can be done in about half the time of a stick-built construction apartment building. We need to build this modular home factory right here in the state of Colorado. You know, Grand Junction offers the final bastion of Colorado lifestyle. We have the Grand Mesa, we have ski resort, we have mountain biking right here in the state of Colorado. The city of Grand Junction has been an amazing supporter of this factory. All governmental agencies are fully behind us. Mesa State University graduates 3,000 well-qualified young people every year. Most of them would love to stay here and enjoy the Colorado lifestyle. The reason this Mosaic Home modular home mega factory is so appropriate for today's workforce is that these are now operators. People aren't using their hands as much. We're using robotics and machinery to guide the items through the process. We can build a 40-foot wall in 6 minutes. And then in the next station, they're using an overhead crane to lower the window into the spot that was just made by a computerized robot. Now the operators here have great analytical skills, and they've learned this through their upbringing of recent high school and university times. This is the right product for these people to enter into. They don't want to be masons in the same way that their parents and grandparents were. They like the machines to bring them up to the level. They like automatic fill of the painting rolls and the stucco things. The production here is both more appealing to the workforce and is creating an indoor clean environment that puts a better product out in the field. It took 15 years for attainable housing to reach such a point of crisis. It's going to take us 5 to 10 years to build our way out of it. The time to build this modular home factory is now. Thank you for your support and your consideration.